She is soft yet powerful. She is polarizing. She embodies sacred strength and beauty that sanctifies. She wakes up calm, relaxed, and rooted in the knowing that Christ has her back. She is you. And how do I know this? Every single woman has the potential to embody the seraphic energy, to be the essence of the seraphine. And that is what I want to talk about today. How to embody the essence of the seraphine. And if you haven't caught the last 2 videos of this mini series, I definitely recommend starting from the beginning and working your way to here. As a slight recap, what is seraphic energy? What is the essence of seraphine? Seraphic energy is powerful, yet soft, rooted in strength, sacred strength. Spirituality is a devotion. Beauty sanctifies those around her. She walks in courage and in strength. She is the embodiment of God's glory, His wealth, His abundance, and His love for us. And I want to talk about how we can embody this nature, how we can embody this essence with everything that we do, even when we're mad, even when we feel like our back is against the wall, even when we feel like we don't know where to turn, we don't know what to do, or even on those really, really good days, it is still possible to walk in your sacred femininity, to walk in that essence, to walk in the knowing that God has your back no matter what happens, to choose peace over chaos at any point of the day. So how we're going to look at embodying this seraphic energy, being the essence of the seraphine, I want to go into an ideal day. What does an ideal day look like for somebody who has fully stepped in to their seraphine essence, that has fully embodied God's will for their life, God's grace, and radiates it to everybody? They want to give you a picture, a visual picture of what it looks like to wake up and be in your seraphine essence. So if you want, close your eyes so you can fully be developed and enveloped in this experience. So let's start in the morning. You're going to wake up peaceful, rooted, calm, relaxed, because you prioritized your sleep. You prioritized having a good sleep, which meant no screens an hour before bed. One of the very first things that you do, you spend time with God. You go into prayer in the morning when you wake. Right before we go to sleep and right after we wake up, our bodies and our brains are in this very particular wave, this very particular frequency that our conscious thoughts haven't caught up with us yet. We are just fully floating in energy, in grace. And that is the moment when we don't allow our fears and our anxieties to rush in and to block any beauty that we might be feeling. So right when you wake up, there's this barrier that doesn't exist yet between you and God. So you prioritize praying, you prioritize devotion, you prioritize meditating in His word so He can strengthen you and empower you throughout the entire day. You prioritize gentle breathing as a practice of centering your nervous system so you're not running around all day in fight or flight. Because the women that I serve are passionate women, but a lot of us are stuck in survival of fight, flight, or freeze because we're not prioritizing the things we need to be prioritizing. We're putting other people first. And I'm even talking about our kids. No. We're going to be putting ourselves first whenever and however we can so we are able to show up for our families, to show up for our career, to show up for the people that actually do need us. Because when you don't show up for yourself first, you're doing everybody else around you a grave disservice. So spending that time in the morning in devotion to God, gently breathing, getting our nervous system rooted and grounded and ready for a day full of decisions, full of possible sorrows, full of possible tribulations. To walk in this energy and to be in the essence of the seraphine doesn't mean that you're not going to have hard days. It means that you have the tools in your tool belt that have now become default responses. That no matter what happens around you, your peace is not disturbed. And if it is disturbed, you know exactly where the dough is, okay? You head for that door, or you kick someone else to the curb and head to the door, because we don't do that in this energy. We're prioritizing movement, gentle stretching, walking, a little Pilates in the morning in particular. Prioritizing movement throughout the day is very important. But a woman who is in this essence, in her seraphine essence, she prioritizes moving her body in the morning, because the mornings set the tone for the day and the night sets the tone for the morning. So it's all a cycle. And if you have a dog, you're in even more luck, like myself, because you have to go walk your dog anyway. So you can go on your walk, and before you do that, you do some light stretching, you get your body ready to move and to be rooted and grounded and healthy and vibrant. You enjoy a sacred shower. You allow the water to pour over your body, and as you're in your shower, maybe you're listening to some soothing music, some classical music, maybe some native music, to wherever your ancestry is. I definitely recommend looking into your ancestry for many reasons. One of them being listening to the sounds that your ancestors were listening to, the types of music, the types of melodies. It hits your body differently. And as the water is pouring over your body, you are just in complete gratitude and awe as the water is washing away all of the possible trials and tribulations of the day, washing away whatever happened yesterday. So you are stepping into a portal of a brand new day. And after you shower, you have a nourishing meal, because a woman in her seraphic energy, a woman who is the essence of seraphine, nurtures her body. And as women, we have hormones, and those hormones don't run on a 24-hour clock. They run on a 28-day clock, whether you are bleeding or not, whether you're at the stage of life where you have your menses or you don't. Isn't that interesting too, that menstruation, menses, has the word men in it? That could be a topic for another day. Let me know if you want to talk about it. But because of this, our hormones are on a 28-day cycle. It doesn't reset every day. We need to make sure that our bodies are nourished. We need to make sure that we have the food and the fuel that we need to get into our good days and have a good life. And if you haven't watched my video on how to eat like a goddess, I would definitely recommend watching that. There are some great nutrition tips in there. And one of the main factors here is that she doesn't rush her mornings. She doesn't rush through anything. She takes her time. So she gives herself enough time to take her time so that she shows up. And then as the day progresses, she gets into her work, whether she has a career, whether she has to go to work, whether she's an entrepreneur, whether she's taking care of a home. That all is work, but it's purpose-driven work. It's creative work. It's work that makes her think, that makes her use her God-given creativity. And while she's doing all of this, she's focusing on her inner world. She's checking in with herself. Am I regulated? How am I feeling? How am I responding? Am I responding because that's how I truly feel? That's who I truly am? That's how I wish to respond? Or am I letting my emotions lead me and guide me? She's asking herself questions all day. Am I trying to control this, or am I trusting God that He's going to do it? Should I do this thing? Should I eat this thing? Should I have this conversation? Should I talk to this person? She's having these conversations with God throughout the day to make sure that she stays in alignment on the path of where He needs her to be. And of course, During the midday, she eats a nourishing meal for her gut and her skin health. Her evenings are sacred. She does the routines that she needs to do. If she has children, she gets them ready to go to bed and do their things. And she leaves her evenings to herself. She has a fluid wind down routine that prioritizes peace and stillness. And I say fluid because it's less of a routine and it's more of a rhythm, right? Because especially if you have children, if you have a family, your routines are going to look different, and you have to be able to be fluid and flow through them. So she has it set up where no matter what's happening, she still is able to prioritize some peace and some stillness in her evenings, because she knows that how her night goes will set up the morning for her, and how her morning goes will set up the day for her. She makes sure that she stretches, she does some reflection, whether it's through journaling or whether it's just through meditating, just thinking about it. But she really likes to do the journaling because she likes to get all the thoughts out of her head and onto the paper, so she doesn't have to think about it anymore. And she is ending her day in prayer at Jesus's feet, in complete awe of the day that he has just blessed her with. And as she drifts off into sleep, she's throwing on a mental rehearsal of how she sees her life, where she sees her life going, in gratitude for what she has, in gratitude for what's to come. She lives a slower life, even in a fast-paced world, because she is in control of herself. She is in control of her life and her situations. She is not a victim of her circumstances. Just because she has a demanding job, a demanding family, all of these demands around her, she prioritizes herself and her peace so much, and has done the inner work to get to this place where it is now a default response. When conflict comes, she knows how to handle it. This seraphine essence is within you, and this is not about a performance. We're not performing for anyone here. We're not clowns. We are queens that embody and radiate God's grace, His wealth, His abundance, His glory. You are choosing to return to her because you are choosing peace over fear. You are choosing clarity over scarcity, abundance over scarcity. That is what generally an ideal day could look like for a woman in her seraphic energy, in the essence of the seraphine. And please leave me a comment. Let me know what feels good to you here. What part of this day is screaming out to you, like, I want to embody this particular part of the day? And we can get into it. And I am loving talking about this new way of life that I have been living and have been adopting, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So please let me know in the comments as well what else you want to talk about, what else you want to know about this seraphic energy, about the beauty of the seraphine, and how you can truly embody it. And if you would like to go deeper into seraphic energy, into the essence of the seraphine, I have created a little mini guide, a checklist that can help get you from out of your head, out of survival, and into this peaceful place, into this essence of the seraphine. So it's in the description. Click the link and download your free Seraphine Energy Guide checklist. All right, my angels, I pray that this video has helped anybody in any way. Please subscribe. I got more down the pike. I would love to know your thoughts and what you want to talk about more. I love you. God bless you. And until next we meet, be blessed.